Hi everyone, Maureen here. I am back with a new pull and slide card. This interactive die set has definitely become my new favorite. It goes with practically everything, especially with the unicorns. I like to use them for different occasions. The last time was for Valentine with a pink, red and aqua color palette. Well, today I am going to use my favorite color palette of the moment, which is aqua, green and yellow, but first, let's see what we need to make today's card. We have Unicorn Picnic for a unicorn, the long cloud and the fairies, a little sparkle for another unicorn and more fairies, my rainbow for the greeting and the rainbow, all the clouds for the big and small rainbows and many clouds. We have the pull and slide die set, the largest small stitched rectangle stackable die, the largest outside-in stitched rectangle stackable die, the largest stitched rectangle stackable die, and the medium everyday sentiment banner die. So I have cut the 3 panels I am going to need to build my interactive panel. We have the main panel on the left, and I've added washi tape at the back to keep the die cut lines in place. We have the pull tab panel in the middle, and a third panel that measures the same as the main panel, which is 4 3/4 by 3.5 inches. I cut them all out of Strathmore Bristol smooth cardstock, and I am going to start with the main panel. I am going to place it on my sticky mat, and I like to keep the stitching details on the edges white, so I am going to cover the 4 edges of my panel with washi tape, just like so. And I am going to use the classic salvage patina and peacock feathers oxidings combo to create my background. I am first going to cover the whole piece of paper with salvage patina. This is going to give a nice base for my sky. I placed the stratus cloud background stencil on top, and I am going to use peacock feathers oxide ink to add lots of clouds to my panel. And I know that I always say it, it looks beautiful as it is now, and we definitely could use this panel right away. But adding texture to my backgrounds is part of my style. I like busy cards, busy backgrounds, and bright colors. So you know what's going next. Water droplets first, and I am going to dry my panel with a paper towel. Next, since we are featuring unicorns on our card, we need sparkles. Well, that's my opinion, so I am going to smoosh my peacock feathers oxiding pad on my glass surface. I am adding a few drops of liquid stardust and a few drops of water. I am going to mix everything and use my trusty slim brush to add lots of shimmery splatters all over my panel. Now some white splatters to bring brightness to my background. As always, I mixed a little bit of Copic opaque white ink with water. And finally, a teeny tiny bit of black splatters. It may be weird to add dark splatters to such a card with rainbows and unicorns, but adding those black splatters will bring more contrast and make the whole background pop even more. So now let's remove the washi tape and see how it goes. I really love it. I love how it looks. I know it's just white borders, but it brings a little bit more interest to the panel. I just love it. Now with the magic of the editing, the pull tab panel is already done. On the third panel, I wanted the clouds to be lined up with the ones on the main panel, so I covered that third panel with salvage patina oxide ink. I am going to put the main panel on top, line up the stratus cloud background stencil, remove the main panel, and then use Peacock Feathers Oxide ink again to add clouds to my third panel. And I know I could have just colored the bottom of the panel, but I am always a little bit extra with my cards, so I am going to cover the whole panel with clouds and add the same textures as before. But I don't want it to be boring since it's the exact same thing, so again, with the magic of the video editing, our third panel is all done, and I am going to let everything dry while I am coloring the images. So now let's bring back the 3 panels. I am going to fold the main one on the score lines. There are 3 score lines and I am starting with the one in the middle. I am folding it like a mountain and using my bone folder to accentuate the fold. Same for the slim rectangle at the bottom of the panel. And since it's a pretty small area to fold, I am doing it slowly to fold the score line properly. Next, the third score line at the top, and always using a bone folder to score the lines very well. Now let's add double-sided sticky tape at the back of the slim rectangle, just like so. I am peeling the backing paper off, placing the pull tab panel right behind the main panel, and I am making sure to line up the top edges, and also the notch on the main panel with the tab on the pull tab panel. I am keeping both panels just like that, and then pressing really well on the slim rectangle to connect the panels. Now I am going to add foam strips on those 3 edges, and I had to cut that part because basically it was just my huge head with my huge headphones on covering the whole screen. So I am going to peel the backing papers of the foam strips and attach the third panel to complete the interactive part of the card. A good press on the edges to make sure that everything sticks well. And we are ready to fill our pull and slide panel with unicorns, rainbows and clouds. I am using washi tape to keep the card open, and I am starting at the top with the pull tab panel. Now to the bottom part. Again, I had to cut that part because I literally had to have my nose right over my card to stamp those words straight. I cut the word rainbow into a fishtail banner and attached it using 1mm foam squares. And I am using 1mm foam squares as well to stick the other images, especially the larger clouds. This way they will provide a stop and will allow the card to stay open. Finally, I am going to fill the front of the card, making sure to stay away from the score lines, like this long cloud that I am going to stick right above the slim rectangle using 1mm foam squares. Now we are almost done. We need to add the decorative handle. I cut it out of mermaid cardstock and attaching it using liquid glue. And I cut the arrow out of turquoise shimmery cardstock from the gemstone pack. To create a base for my pull and slide panel, I cut 3 different panels. The first one out of this gorgeous holographic cardstock. It just looks like fairy dust to me. Next, we have a bigger one from the same turquoise shimmery cardstock as the arrow. And the larger one was cut out of mermaid cardstock. I am going to line them all up and attach them on top of each other using liquid glue. And then I will stick my interactive panel on top of my card base using foam tape to add some dimension and also help the recipient of the card to grab the tab easily. Well, that's it. This is the final result and I am so happy of how it turned out with all those beautiful shades of aqua, the cute fairies and blue unicorns, and that holographic border brings even more magic to this card. I love how the scene extends at the top with another unicorn and more fairies. And the bottom part is very cute with the small rainbow, and I love how the greeting turned out with the matching colors on the word rainbow. Well, I hope that you like it too, and I hope that it has inspired you as well. Thanks so much for stopping by and for watching this video. Have a lovely day and I will see you next time. Bye!